from Wigan as they kick off their Betfred Super League campaign here this afternoon at the One Ball Stadium. Wigan attacking the Weldon Road end away to the left in the opening 40 minutes. They've got a dominant record against the Tigers, but is that about to change here this afternoon? Let's find out. Harry Smith will get us underway. Castleford get first use of the ball. They'll collect it on their goal line. And here come the Tigers, and expect plenty of big collisions early on.
Do you not reckon what's going through your mind as a Cas player? You've got to get through the next 5 sets, next 5 minutes. Whenever you've got the ball, just tuck it under your wing, try and get out of trouble, because you know what's going to come from the Warriors. They're going to try and be very, very aggressive. That man with the ball, Alex Mellor, wasn't he sensational for him last year?
It was very much a new look squad for Castleford. Martin Jepson investing in the playing side here. He's Tony signed from Wakefield. Had a really strong end to the year last year, renewed for Tony. And here now a chance to kick downfield. And underneath it is Jay Field, who will bring it forward. And he's going to be tackled and met. Well met. Decent first set from the Tigers.
Yeah, well, that's what you're after, isn't it? Get through to your kick, chase the ball. Liam Hood, another one of those players who's been brought in. He's got great leadership skills about him. Not only tough around the middle of the field, but great leader.
And Zach Eckersley promoted to the #2 shirt this year for the Wigan Warriors. Sam Walters takes it forward. Tough collision there on halfway. Brad O'Neill pops it away. Here's Bevan French looking to work his way into the game. He's wrapped up over halfway. So Wigan get a chance here through Smith to send a bit of a tester up. Ravalawa underneath it, and he collects it. I know you were watching him warm up, Terry. He is a man mountain, isn't he?
He is frightening. And you know, it's a good ploy really from Wigan to kick the ball early, do you know, just to put him under pressure, take him out of that play early on. Here he is with the ball. He will scatter players this year.
December made a good tackle. Hood pops out a dummy half. They wanted a high shot there, Castleford. They're not going to get one yet. And that's a play of the ball on Jordan Lane. Here is Lawler, well met by Farrell.
There's some stink, isn't there, in these tackles from both sides.
Well, they've had to watch everyone else go at it, haven't they, over the last 3 days? It's their go now. Here's Dejan Arce, kicks deep. Again, field is well back. There's a little bit of sand on the pitch. It's been really wet, of course, in the north of England, but it actually looks better than I thought it might this afternoon. It is a great playing surface here. French gets it away, and Wigan start again. The feeling out process has begun.
You know, it's a great old traditional ground as well here. The atmosphere has been brilliant. The games that we've watched early on in round 1 have been great, but this one's, it's not going to disappoint either.
It's not. It's not been happiest of hunting grounds for Castleford in recent years. Just 4 home wins in the last 2 campaigns, so they want to improve on that. Here's Ellis, finds French, going to put the kick through. Like Taff will go across to collect it. He has it penned right in the corner, and he's met. Oh, he's lost it. He's dropped it. Fowler's going to pick it up. He goes for the line, and he's tackled a metre out. But surely Wigan, if they move it to the left, they're going to get a walk in here. Walters holds on, gets it away. Was that a knock on? No, it's play on. Here's Smith, moves it wide to December. December tackle. Castleford scrambling here after the error from Taff at the back, and now a chance for Wigan. Here is Smith, gets it away to Thompson. They're just going to settle things down here, Wigan. The initial opportunity gone, but they're still in great position as they're going to go short to Smith. Gets it away to French, just had to turn and spin. Ball over the top. Eckersley, he's into the corner, or is he? No, he's not. No, he's not. He's lost it. And look at the celebration from Gary and Castleford.
Mate, Gary comes up with a try-saving tackle, but what about Ravalawa? He was the one who come in. He's on the right wing. He found himself defending in the centre and got up and got a real good shot. I think he was on Sam Walters. But what about that from Gary? 2 big plays from the 2 wingers.
Outstanding after the error. And that just the start that Ryan Carr would have wanted defensively after that error from his fullback.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, you can do the nice things with the ball, but it's what your attitude like in defence as well, where you put your body on the line. Wingers haven't been known for putting the bodies on the line recently. It's always about the flair, but those 2 wingers, they step up and take a bow.
Yeah, all fans enjoyed that. A chance gone for Wigan. There's the ball up towards halfway. Castleford have it. 7 tackle set for them. Now the ball into the hands of Weaver. Hits it away on the near side, and Darnell McIntosh new signing from the Lee Leopards, gets a carry. And here now Weaver drops it back for Tony, but Wigan deal with him. Last one for the Tigers. Weaver wants it and he'll get it, and he's going to kick from the 40. He'll send it high. This is going to be a contest here. Marshall's come to get it, and Marshall does well to collect it, and it'll be Penn right on his own 10-metre start.
Well, that's a great set, isn't it, from Cass under pressure a minute or so ago. Then they find themselves off on the back of a decent kick now down near Wigan's, in Wigan's territory. They'll be looking for hunting a mistake here as Eckersley brings the ball away. He's another player, isn't he, the youngster? He looks like he's bulked up in the off-season for Matty Pete.
Yeah. Thompson carries it forward. O'Neill gets it away to Farrell towards halfway. Last one in the set for Wigan. O'Neill gets it away to Smith. Under pressure, will get the kick high. Tough underneath it. Will collect this one. He'll bring it forward. He looks up at the cherry and white wall in front of him, and O'Neill will drag him to the ground. 15 away. It's a pretty tight battle early on. Yeah,
good tackle from Brad O'Neill. He's not giving him any space whatsoever then. And again, another nice carry from Jason Gary. Trying to speed the setup with the quick men round the middle. Yeah, it's a great play. The ball
penalty it is. And look at the reaction from Papalangi. He won the collision. He wanted a quick play of the ball. He didn't get one.
Well, let's credit Jason Gary as well. He was the one who got that half quick play of the ball from Papalangi to just get behind the ruck here. He gets a one-on-one with Bevan French. He's trying to get up. Bevan French just has a little tug on him, and that's a relieving pressure for Cass.
Here goes Mellor. First attacking chance for the Tigers then. Hood waits at dummy half. He will get it away to Arzi. Finds Weaver. Short pass. Takes it to Lane. Great servant at Hull FC. Now swaps for the Tigers. One of the first signings that Castleford made. So Tony will carry it forward and almost breaks through. If there had been someone on his shoulder, they would have been away there. Castleford, they might be away now here. Set restart for them. Hood takes it to ground inside the 10. Quick play of the ball. Simpson gets it away. Here's a big chance. Mellor over the line. Did he get it down? He didn't. What a tackle. What a great tackle there. Bevan French it was. As Hood's going to pinch one, and he does pinch one. Hood is over, and Castleford Tigers draw first blood here in the jungle. Great tackle from French, but it couldn't keep Castleford out. The flags are flying here. Castleford lead by 4 points to 0.
Yeah, well, I thought they'd done enough when Bevan French managed to prevent them from scoring a try, but I said about Liam Hood, he leads by his actions, done he been an outstanding in pre-season. One of the leaders that they brought in to shell up this side. Great tackle on Alex Mellor here from French. And Wigan thought they'd done enough. They'd be really, really disappointed with this now. It's a sucker punch from Hood. Look at that. He just goes. Bevan French still not up, set at marker. He spots him, and he goes right at that point where he thinks there might be a bit of a weakness or a switch off. Were they expecting the ball to just go out wide? When he gets in between French and Farrell, and what a start from Cass.
Yeah, Liam Hood, a veteran, but still showing his qualities. The Scotland international. A good spell just up the road at Wakefield. Now a chance for Tom Weaver to open his Super League goal-kicking account. Kicked 3 last week in the cup win at Doncaster. And he had the extras here. Forward, strikes it, and he likes it as well. Straight through the middle. Great start for the Tigers. They lead by 6 points to 0.
Well, a lot of these players here understand the role that's been set out to them from the coach. And it's just good play, isn't it, from Liam Hood. First of all, the crash ball that Alex Mellor comes onto really does set a decent line. Pulls in that defence. Like I said, he'd be really disappointed. And Jake Wardle just getting a bit of attention now, just coming back up to halfway now, just getting his knee strapped up.
Yeah, that's a bit of a worry for Wigan. Left knee heavily strapped. There he is. That'll be something to keep an eye on. Deep kick collected by Gary. They get it away. Wigan now will try and force the error. How valuable that tackle from Gary that denied Eckersley. Now another penalty for Castleford.
Do you know, they're running hard, they're running powerful. I know when Chris Chester was looking at building the side here, he was looking at forwards with decent footwork, decent leg drive, and that's what he's got. You know, some of these players, they're tucking the ball under the wing, making a dent in the defensive line, and they're winning a few penalties off the back of it.
Offload here, finds Hood. Hood's away, he's got support on his shoulder, doesn't opt to pass it up towards halfway, but Castleford at the moment on top in the early exchanges here. There is Chris Chester watching on from his spot on the gantry. And he'll be pleased with the opening start. Long way to go though yet, certainly against this Wigan side. Short pass of Tony. Castleford aggressive with ball in hand. Here now is Weaver. Weaver short pass, good hands, they get it wide. Here now is Ravalawa. The jungle explodes. They want to see this fella with the ball in hand, but Wigan smother the danger quite quickly on this occasion. Now to Weaver, who's looked busy early on. He gets it away to Stimson. He finds Dejan Arce. Quick hands. Oh, flick pass there from Blake Taff. Almost paid dividends, but the Wigan right edge defence comes up with a good challenge as Arce will send it high. They're going to chase it. Here comes Marshall to collect it. He gets it and will get, again, tackled just outside his own 10.
You know, one thing they're doing, they're moving the ball really, really well, aren't they? From one side of the field to the other. You look at the likes of Blake Taff and Tom Weaver, Dejan Arce, three players who really do like to play a shift, like to go with the line as well, got a little bit of a show and go on them, all three of them.
Cade Ellis, such a key part of this Wigan pack nowadays. He carries just over his own 40. O'Neill will go short side to Bevan French. Short pass finds Kieran. Kieran looking to get it away, finds Eckersley, but the covering defence is there, and Eckersley's tackled on the 5th. Ball back in field will find Smith. That, well, will do eventually. Here he is now. Going to look to put the kick in, advances forward. They're going to try and test out Ravalawa and Taff at the back. Ravalawa gathers it and brings it up to the 10. Good set from Wigan.
And again, he's the man that you kick to, isn't he? You don't want a big fella like that catching the ball on the full and just galloping forward at you 15-20 metres.
It's been a great start here. Castleford on top early on, but Wigan, I'm sure, will get their go with ball in hand. There's now the ball carried in field. Here Cherry and White's in at the tackle. You can see the pitch just starting to cut up a little bit. Here goes Lawler. O'Neill, a strong challenge across the chest there. Near the ball, and here now is Weaver, who's going to kick from deep. Sends it towards Marshall. Collects on the full. Marshall will return it, and that's a win there for Wigan. They're going to start on their own 40-metre line. A good defensive set from them.
Well, they're going to have a say in this game, the Warriors. They've been in tight games. They knew that playing at home in round 1, Cats were going to be absolutely up for it with the new players that's been brought in by Ryan Cart. And the likes of Liam Farrell, the old stages, have been there, done that. Been in this situation many a time.
Yeah, here now is Ellis. Short pass to Smith, gets in the December, and there goes Ravalawa, takes the back rower off his feet.
There's not many people that do that, is there, to December?
No, but here come Wigan now. Short pass to Thompson. I think he might have dropped this. He did. Dropped it into contact. Big roar goes round as Thompson coughs up the ball just as Wigan was starting to look dangerous.
Yeah, and Alex Miller done a decent job with the ball, but defensively as well. That's his player of the year, forces the error. You can see him just dipping under the ball there, forces that error from Thompson.
There's Matt P.
Well, he knows he's in the game, doesn't he?
He certainly does. Jimmy Luluwai alongside him, watching on. There's Castleford. A little bit of afternoon sunshine. We've not seen that for a while in this part of the world. Here come Castleford. Looking to build on a strong start. Again, another good carry. He's looked dangerous, hasn't he, Mapapalangi?
Well, brought him in from Newcastle Knights, playing centre. Yeah, so, Jason Gary started well. Mapapalangi not only plays centre, he's played prop as well.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
He's that
Ridiculous. How come you never played in the centre then?
I was lucky to get a start at prop.
Here's Jordan Lane, over halfway. Nice one for the Tigers. Hood in at dummy half. Going to go short side to Weaver, under pressure from O'Neill, who tackles him and takes him to the ground. That was fair enough. There's a bit of afters, though. Oh, there is a bit of afters off the ball here. O'Neill and Weaver having a pop at it, and the halfback said, come on, fella, if you fancy some, I'm ready to go. Welcome to the jungle, Terry O'Connor.
And I guarantee there'll be not one punch thrown.
Get out!
To be fair to Brad O'Neill, he did wrap, he did take Weaver to the ground. I don't think there was anything wrong with the challenge.
In all honesty, I didn't think there was any problem with Brad O'Neill. He came in, he did his job, he's putting pressure, isn't he? He's putting pressure on the man who's kicking the ball. All of a sudden, like Weaver and Blake Taft, they came together, then a couple of the Warriors players running to protect the hooker.
Timing-wise, it's okay. Andy wraps to ground.
Jack Smith with a little bit of early work to do here.
It's whether a Castleford player took exception and caused that when we've been okay with it. But see if there's any reaction. If not, we've got tackle one.
They are just going to check that there was nothing untoward in this. Now that looks okay to me.
Yeah, and he was trying to take him to ground. All he was doing was standing over saying, yeah, I'm going to be coming at you all day.
No, I'm not having him running in and taking the control away like that. There's too much of a melee to restart with tackle one, in my opinion. Great task. Right. Yeah. Alex! Yourself and Blake, please.
And Jack Smith's going to have a word here.
In a minute. Bring Blake. Yeah, Blake, come on. Yep. Right, timing-wise, there is nothing wrong with that tackle. Yeah. Right, he comes in, he makes legitimate contact, and he wraps the ground. Timing, listen, it doesn't. No, timing is okay. No, you might be looking out for it, but you take control away and cause a ruckus by running in on something we have seen on field and we have cleared on field. The penalty's going against yourself for causing it by running in. We don't need it. We've got it on field. We're all right. Penalty's going that way for running in.
Any complaints with that, Terry?
No, not at all. The seven players come together, like Brad O'Neill did his job, didn't he? He put pressure on Tom Weaver. He's going to be doing that all game. He's not going to stand back and allow him to kick the ball. But then when the Warriors players come flying in on the back of what Blake Taft did.
There you go, a bit of pushing and shoving, and now a chance for Wigan, and that might be just the spark that Wigan needed here, because they're going to get a good set. The Castleford line here as they look to level up. Thompson will carry forward, and Wigan now looking to open up their account in 2026. O'Neill gets it away to French. He'll find Walters. Walters will carry strongly inside the 20. One of the Warriors got up their sleeve now. They're swinging it here to Smith. French looping round, straightens things up, but he's good legs tackle from Hood. Dangerous Bevan French is wrapped up there. Ball now coming back towards this near side. Here's Field, short pass December. Good tackle, Darnell McIntosh needs help and gets it from his teammates. And Castleford are right on their own line here. Wigan will get it now to O'Neill. He'll find Smith. Smith gets it to French. They're lining up to the right. Here's Jay Field now. Short pass finds Kieran. Bumps off one, gets it to Eckersley. Nowhere to go. And that's the 5th tackle. So one more left here for Wigan. And they're going to get it to Bevan French. He's going to stand up the kick across the field here. It's gone straight across. December will catch it. Offloads it to Smith. Smith puts the kick in, looking for Marshall. Ravalawa eventually touches it dead. The bounce didn't favour the Tigers there. And Wigan will get a goal line dropout from the Castleford try line.
No, it was a great kick. Well weighted, wasn't it, from Wigan? Harry Smith just kicks it in behind Ravalawa. And he just didn't take any chances whatsoever. Another set of 6 here now for the Warriors to examine Cassie's line.
Just shows, doesn't it, that penalty all of a sudden when Castleford were well on top. Now all of a sudden they're having to defend their own line. What are Castleford going to do here? It's looking as though he may go short, but he doesn't. It's a decoy and he kicks deep. It bounced beautifully for French, who's got to almost wait for Walters to get to him. Gets it away. Castleford will make the tackle just outside their own 20. Plenty of Tigers in as O'Neill gets it to Thompson. Thompson almost through, but he's taken by Hood. Wigan looking poised to strike. Set restart here for the Warriors. They'll move it to Farrell. Farrell on that right edge. A couple of tries away from 150 Wigan tries. Ball now short to Walters. Walters carries 5 out from the Castleford line. Finally poised here, short pass. Oh, good legs tackle. Great tackle. Needed to be as well from Castleford, who are on the back foot here. Smith slings it wide. Here's Kieran back for French. Good scramble from the Tigers, but there's a penalty offside, says Jack Smith.
Oh, they're desperate here. What is it, 3 or 4 sets that they've had to contend with, like you said, all from the penalty just below the gantry.
And it is another tap for Farrell. O'Neill finds Ellis. Ellis will lay the platform here. Wigan being patient with ball in hand. O'Neill looks around, gets it away to Bevan French. Short pass to Kieran. He's dropped it. He's dropped it. He tried to force the pass there. He was almost over the line. And Wigan, what's going to be the decision here? The official in contact with his touch judge on the far side, and I think he's going to deem. Well, hang on. What's Jack Smith saying here?
The offload goes back.
You say it's going to be a goal line drop up.
Yeah. Well, the offload from Adam Kieran goes backwards, and then it rolls into the in goal. Before, I think was it Blake Taft that managed to dive on the ball. So I think obviously it's not gone down well with the crowd, but I think it's the right call as well.
Yeah, having seen the replay, can't disagree. Another goal line dropout. Castleford having to use up some energy here in defence. Here goes Walters. Walters carries, big collision, middle of the park. And that's the sub there, Sam Hall on. Makes the tackle. Thompson runs straight and hard, but it's no change out of the Castleford defence just yet. Smith goes to the right. Here's Bevan French now. Will use Smith. They're loading up numbers. Field wrapped up. Now Papa Lange takes him to the ground. He shot out of the line and got his man. Wigan continuing here to move Castleford around. Walters. This has been some effort from Castleford, but can they hang on? Here's Smith. Ball out the back to Field. Field runs it forward. Now he's running across. Can't get the pass away. Does get the pass away. Wardle will catch it on the bounce. Play on. Wardle just straightens things up. And Castleford on the last here. Wigan going down through Ellis. Finds Smith. Smith fires it wide to Kieran at full tilt. Kieran stopped. You have to say that is a brilliant Castleford defensive stand.
Do you know what? That is unreal. For the last, 3-4 minutes, they've been under pressure. More importantly now, it's what happens now, because some of those bigger fellas are going to be struggling here. They need the outside backs like Jason Gary getting in and helping them get the ball away from the try line. Some huge efforts then in defence from Cass.
The start. Well, if the opening 20 minutes under Ryan Carr are going to be an identity. Oh, hey, now
don't panic. Don't panic.
He forced the pass. He was looking for support. I was going to say it's been a great start for Castleford, but they've just hurt themselves there with an unnecessary offload, and now a swing from Weaver, and that's going to be a penalty, and it might just allow Castleford to set themselves, but they are just starting to wobble here, the Tigers.
Yeah, well, look, he's a powerhouse Ravalawa, but he doesn't need to do that. It's a brain explosion. You put yourself under pressure here.
Yeah, well, they've given away, and you said it's important what happens here. Is Nasemba almost powered his way to the line. He's only a metre away, and Wigan now here with Ellis. Little sidestep, can't reach out. Castleford hanging on, but for how long? Smith changes the pattern of play, goes to Bevan French, cuts back against the angle, goes to ground, he's tackled. O'Neill out of dummy half, looking to do what Liam Hook did earlier on at the other end and pinch one, but he's tackled and held up over the line, so Wigan will have to retreat back to the 10.
Again, just making sure they had hold of the ball, man, Brad O'Neill, when they carried him over the line, so now they can set the defensive line.
Bevan French is just down here. I think he's just putting his boot back on, to be honest. I don't think there's any injury there. Ball now here with Smith. Smith for Walters. Walters. As Wigan attack the Weldon Road end that's packed with Castleford fans. Last one here for the Warriors again. They're going to go this time through the air. Eckersley and Kieran. Now, was there an infringement there? I think there was. Referee's going to blow for a penalty. Wow. Wigan runner was run off it.
I'll tell you what. If you want to practice any defence, this is the game to do it in, isn't it? They've been under relentless pressure for the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Well, Luke Thompson has just gone for a breather. Ethan Havard is coming on to add some fire into the Wigan pack. Well, these sets are building up now. Yeah,
the contact's been really good from Cass, and the takedown and control of the speed of the play of the ball, even though the refs are trying to quicken it up, as we see Ethan Havard on the field. Here he is.
Here he goes. First carry. And he's wrapped up just 10 away from the line. But Wigan looking determined as French now comes across to the left. Here's Smith. Short pass to Walters. Castleford defending their line. Here now is Ellis, dummies, comes back. Goes again, wrapped up a metre short. O'Neill, Walters, Smith, here's Field, ball over the top, they're looking for Marshall. Ground closed down, back to Field, he's going to be tackled. Good shot goes in from McIntosh. Still more pressure on the Castleford line. Smith finds O'Neill. O'Neill to Bevan French. Stumbles but collects. Dinks the kick in behind. Looking for Eckersley's. Not dead. Another last-ditch heroic effort from Gary. And Castleford's line is still intact.
How good is Jason Gary playing? Well, I turned up here wanting to look at Ravalawa. But the one who's catching the eye at the minute is Gary. Handling everything over on the left-hand side when they've been put under a bit of pressure.
Carr looking on. Look, you go back to that infringement from Castleford, and all of a sudden it's been Wigan. Look at almost went into touch. Farrell's hands were great.
How long can they hold on though? That's the big worry. Joe Westerman onto the field, some fresh legs in the middle, along with Sam Hall, who's involved in the tackle, been on the last couple of sets.
Yeah, he has. Here's O'Neill, goes now to French. French into the line at pace. Farrell, another good legs tackle from Castleford. And French has it now, fires it to Smith. Smith got Field. Now there's a bit of shape about the attack. Short pass to Wardle. He's taken down by McIntosh. And still Wigan probe. But still they're held out. They come back to December. He's tackled. That's the last one. Surely they're going aerial here. Smith lines it up. He's kicking across the field. He's looking towards Kieran. Kieran gets it and he's dropped it. Well, the ball's not been grounded. I think Jack Smith might hand this one upstairs. Wigan, there's no great celebration from Kieran. And the referee on field says no try. Did look to the naked eye as though this was dropped over the line. Let's find out.
Okay, we have tackle 5. We have a live call of no try. Puts the ball on the foot. Okay, the centre and the winger is out of shot, but they've been called onside by the judge and referee. So we're going to go straight to the catch. Okay, the ball is taken cleanly by Kieran. He reaches out. Just get another angle on that. So we've got a live call of no try. Reaches out to ground the ball. Let's have a look on camera 5, see if that shows us anything else.
Sweetie, you got a drink?
Just going to check all the other angles, make sure there's nothing else. Okay, we have a live call of no try. If we could just go to the other angle, please, camera 2. Okay, given we have a live call of no try, I have insufficient evidence to overturn that live call. I've made a decision.
Lost over the line for 20.
Well, there we go. Life is a game of inches, and so is the Super League, because Adam Kieran did everything right, but the last little bit, and he couldn't get it down over the line. And listen to the cheer that's going to go around this stadium now, because Castleford have just defended their line, Terry O'Connor, for about 10 minutes, and they've held out.
Yeah,
Wigan Warriors.
Absolutely incredible. But again, you go back to what they do with the ball there. Ravalawa, last time he had the ball, he looked for the offload, didn't he? Keep hold of the ball, get to your kick it into the corner, and just get back into this game. I tell you what they have shown is they're a dogged side, haven't they?
Well, that's the point I was trying to make before Ravalawa's loose offload, is that if this is what we're going to get under Ryan Carr, then I think Castleford Tigers fans will be pretty pleased with the opening part of their season. They've shown some real backbone here and determination, as Lane is going to be wrapped up just over the halfway line. Sam Walters goes off. Partington is on. Here's McIntosh, runs at Smith, needs to get down to the ground and does with a bit of help from his teammates. I'll tell you what, this will be a hammer blow for Wigan now if Castleford goes straight up the other end and score. Here's Weaver, gets it away to Dejanazi. They've got numbers here, they've got numbers. Can they execute? Here they go down that side, almost breaking through the tackle, still going here. Can't quite get the offload away. Mapapalangi, last one for Castleford. Dejanazi floats the kick. December's underneath it. December's beaten to it. Castleford can't get it away, and December couldn't take the ball but takes the man. And Castleford start with Wigan on their own 5-metre line.
Well, nice play from Sam Hall, wasn't it? To get up and challenge June December. That was a great take from the prop forward.
It was. What a start to the game it's been here this afternoon. Can't beat a bit of Sunday afternoon Super League.
Love it.
What a game. We have in prospect here. Yeah, the ball carried forward. There is Partington, finds a nice offload to O'Neill. O'Neill will be wrapped up 30 out from his own line. Just the one try for Liam Hood so far, but Wigan being denied a number of times. I do think they'll go back to that edge with Kieran and Eckersley in the air. I think that is an advantage they will feel they can use. Here now is French. He's going to go that way now. He's kicking in behind. Castleford will be hoping this bounces out. It does bounce out. Takes out the mascot over on the far side.
No, you'd take that, wouldn't you? If you were a Cas player, you're hoping for that to go out. I'm sure he's okay. He might even be able to come on in the second half.
Well, if he hadn't have had his sunglasses on, he might have seen that. 15 out, Castleford get it back. Lala brings it forward again. And play it now, they're working down the short side with Lane. No nonsense back row, isn't he, Jordan Lane?
You know what you're going to get.
Here's Westerman.
You said before, he's a good pick-up on a 4-year deal, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Westerman, 20th season as a professional, 19 of those in the Super League. Here's Darnell McIntosh. Over halfway for Castleford, who are just starting to get a bit more territory themselves. Here's Westerman, finds Lawler. Here's Dejanazi. Azi dummies, goes it alone. It's dropped to the shoulder. He's gone through the gap. Needs some support. He's upended by Bevan French, but there's going to be a penalty here. I think there might have been a hit off the ball. I think as Dejanazi was going to pass it, his teammate was taken out off the ball.
Yeah, it was Alex Meller that hits the ground. You can see that it hit on suspicion, Adam Kieran, didn't he? Well, I said before about Dejanazi, Blake Taff and Tom Weaver, the show and go from all three of them. They're all ball carriers. They all ask a lot of questions. They'll go at the line. They'll isolate defenders.
Can I ask you a question? Ryan Carr said two-sided point. Are you surprised they never shot a goal then?
Yeah, absolutely.
He was only 30 metres out, wasn't he? He was only just to the left. They want more Castleford.
But you know, it shows how confident they are, doesn't it? They've been under pressure for about 10-12 minutes, and they get a crack up here and they're going for it.
Yeah, maybe they are. Here's Lawler, turns and spins. He drives it forward. I mentioned it the last set. If Castleford could score next, that would be a huge shot in the arm. Here's Hood, fires it to Westerman. Good tackle, O'Neill. Held his line nicely. Here's Hood again. Not the best player of the ball, and it's going to be knocked on, I think, by Wigan. So another setting coming. Jay Field had a hand on it, and Castleford get another go.
Well, it's up to them now, isn't it, to build a bit of pressure. See, Jay Field just goes, makes a play for it. Liam Hood, as he's passing it, he was just knocked forward by the left hand of Jay Field.
What have Castleford got? Well, we seem to have been practicing the defence in the off-season. I wonder what moves they've got from a scrum. 10 out from the line. Here now is Hood. Fires it to Arzi. Just had to wait for it. And take it in by Mapapalangi, who's made a really good start to life as a Castleford Tiger. Here now is Dejanazi. Short pass to Hall. Good defence again. Hood looking. Gets it short, Westerman can't get the offload away, it's a forward pass. So Castleford blow a big chance there, they'll be disappointed with that. That was a chance that they would have liked to have done more with.
Yeah, he's disappointed with that ball, Liam Hood. You know, I think Sam Hall had set a really good line. Joe Westerman then, was he expecting to go through? Was the ball going out the back? You can see Liam Hood just a bit annoyed with himself, and Matty Pete, well, he certainly knows his side in a game here, doesn't he?
It does. Approaching half an hour gone, just this one try. That came to Liam Hood in the opening 10 minutes. Here's Kieran, who's come closer than anyone for Wigan. Under Kieran and Eckersley both failing to ground the ball. Error from Farrell, and Castleford fall on it gratefully.
Well, when you want a calm head, that's your most experienced player, isn't it, in Liam Farrell? Or even the best of it.
Here comes Hood now, gets it away. Turn back for Westerman. Westerman falls 15 out. Will grab another metre or so on his knees. Every inch valuable here. Arzi did well to hang on to that, but it's momentum as a result of that little juggle. Now the ball to Lawler, finds Weaver. Weaver's got options to get it away. Here's McIntosh. McIntosh bunts off Smith, goes again. He's inside the 5 and he's wrapped up as Castleford attack. Hood finds Weaver. Weaver to Hall. Ball on the ground. This is a big play and it's well dealt with by Cass. Mellor falls on it. Last one. Can the Tigers come up with a good end of the set? They're going to go to Weaver. He's going to send it towards Ravalawa and McIntosh. It's up for grabs. Marshall collects. 7-tackle restart for the Warriors, and danger here as Marshall's on his bike. Gets it away. Field just about hangs on. Well, they're going to appeal for a high shot here from Ravalawa, and he's not happy. He said he was onside, and I think he didn't realise it was a high shot, and Jack Smith gives Wigan a penalty.
Yeah, well, I thought he was offside when he comes back. Look, it's all about speed, isn't it? Marshall gets the ball, gives it to Jay Field. You could see that he wasn't back. But he's been given, I was given a penalty away for a high shot. Well, for the Warriors, all they wanted was just a penalty, whether it was offside or a high shot.
Well, they are a threat, aren't they, Wigan, from those 20-metre restarts. Marshall at full tilt, getting to the line. Here's Patrick Mago for the Wigan Warriors. He's into the action from the bench. O'Neill, Wigan back on the attack. Havard now wrapped up 12 away. We might revisit that failure to kick a goal from Castleford as Wigan look to level up the match. Field fires it wide for Marshall. Ravalawa went missing. Marshall, he's over. He scores in the corner, and Wigan finally breach the Castleford defence. Ravalawa shot out of the line, and Marshall exposes him to score. It was his quick tap restart that got Wigan on the front foot, and Wigan have their first points of the season.
Well, in his testimony, Liam Marshall, well, he was the one who started it all off with a kick downfield, and he got the penalty from the high shot on Jay Field. Ravalawa comes out the line, doesn't take anybody. Marshall spots that, uses footwork to get on the outside of Tom Weaver. And you can just see good play, pressure play from the Warriors. And Mike Pete will be breathing a bit easier, won't he, now?
We'll go back to it. Castleford had the chance to kick 2 points. They didn't take it, and now Adam Kieran's got a kick to level up the match. Here is Kieran. Very good goal kicker. Can go on his account and level up this match here. This is a tough start, but Philly can kick them from anywhere. It's for a level game then. Sends it, and the cheers will tell you he's pushed it wide of the target. So Castleford do lead by 2, 6 points to 4.
Been a really physical encounter, this. And Liam Marshall will use his speed from the ball from Jay Field. He gets it. Ravalawa gets it all wrong, doesn't he? The big man comes in. He's made his decision what he wanted to do, trying to close the play down. He couldn't effect the tackle and left some space on the edge.
Restart gathered. Here goes Mago. Big carry, good carry for Wigan. What a game here then. 6 to go to the break.
Get out that run now, Cass!
Well tackled. Partington to Havard.
Get off that ball, Liam! Square now!
O'Neill finds Smith. Smith plays to Wardle, ball on the ground. Not touched. So it's play on. Wardle will just straighten things up. And he's tackled. And it is the 4th tackle for Wigan. Here's Mago again. Falls to the ground. Last one. Smith, the go-to man. He is sending it high. Blake Taff underneath it. French all over him. French tackles him, and he might just have got him in goal. He has. Great kick, great chase from Wigan.
Yeah, well, they placed that ball exactly where they wanted it then, didn't he? Bevan French. Well, he saw that. The kick's only as good as the chase. Blake Taff, well, he dealt with it. Then he was manhandled and dragged over the try line. So again, more pressure. We've seen over the years in Super League. The Warriors in the last 5 minutes, they really do like to put the foot on the accelerator. So big switch on time here defensively for Cass.
Let's go now.
Yeah, goal line dropout. 3rd of the match. Collected on the full by Farrell. Farrell will bring it forward. He's tackled 20 away from the line. Ball now goes into the hands of Mago. Mago bumps off one, bumps off two, still going Patrick Mago. Explosive run from the substitute. And he's tackled eventually inside the 10. Here goes, well, I was going to say Smith. It was a poor pass, picked up by Nasemba. Nasemba trying to make something of it. And he's racked up 5 out. O'Neill finds Partington, gets it away. Here's Mago, finds Smith. They'll move it to French. French ball over the top. Eckersley didn't take it. Wow, Eckersley misses the opportunity. The ball fizzed past his face and Castleford survived.
It was there, wasn't he? He's got a hole in the bucket there, Eckersley. He was hugging that touchline and it just goes through his hands. And there was an opportunity that presented itself there for Eckersley.
Castleford survive again. Eckersley and Kieran have had 3 chances now down that right-hand side, and 3 times they've failed to execute. Ball carried forward. Big 3 and a bit minutes here. The jungle. Ball carried forward again. Wigan aggressive in defence again. Hood waits. Singleton off the bench. Carries. He's flattened by Partington. They'll play it now. Hood out of dummy half. Hood probing, gets it away to Weaver. Weaver ball over the top. Chance for McIntosh. Gets it away to Ravalawa. Here he goes, running at Marshall. Marshall stands his ground and Wardle gets back to make the tackle. On the winger, last one. They go to Weaver again. He's going to send it high. Field is going to have to come and get it if he wants it. Castleford might get it. It's kicked back. Oh, this is going to be play on. Havard's going to fall on it. Castleford just switched off there. They couldn't jump on the ball. They let Wigan have it. And Wigan start on the 40. And here goes Field now. And there's danger here because they move it to French. Big danger. Eckersley down the sideline. Got French inside in. And in the blink of an eye, Wigan score. Castleford switch off and they are punished emphatically. Eckersley down the right, French on the inside, and Wigan lead. Castleford made to pay for a lack of concentration.
Well, there you go, I told you. The last 5 minutes of each half, they like to put the foot on the accelerator, and the 23 man of steel comes up with the try. They look to shift it, they look to get the ball to the edge players. Jay Field finds French, in turn gives it to Eckersley, backs up the middle, and then takes the return ball to go in for a try against the grain. And Cass just needed to complete the set of 6, get to the kick to the corner, and Wigan will do what they've done a number of years. They just press you. When you're looking at the clock and you're expecting the referee to blow for half-time and to go in and take instructions from your coach, just that lapse in concentration will lead to 4, maybe 6 points, or surely 6 points.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? For all the possession that Wigan have had, their 2 tries basically have come from a bit of broken play, if you like. The quick tap 20 restart that led to the penalty, and then Castleford just not dealing with that high kick. They just stood off and let Wigan have it. Here is the kick, and there are another 2 points, and all of a sudden Wigan, who trailed by 6 points to nil, now lead by 10 points to 6.
Well, that's the sign of a good side, isn't it? When you're under all that pressure and you're applying pressure and things aren't coming off, you still keep cracking, you don't panic at all. And you give the ball to the exciting players that are going to cause some problems. The genuine speed from the Warriors gets them out of trouble a number of times. And both with French and Field and Eckersley, that's where that tries came about.
Yeah, good work from the Warriors. They got a champagne play to end the half. Here goes Mago. Nothing champagne about that. That's just hard work, straightforward. And now the ball with Farrell. It's got a bit gloomy here in West Yorkshire. One more play potentially left in the half. O'Neill will find Mago. Gets it away. Was that knocked on? Well, that's gone into touch, and that will do the first half here. Castleford want to try and form the scrum, but time will beat them. The siren will sound in the background. Well, for pretty much 33 minutes, Castleford did everything they could to keep Wigan out. They scored early on with Liam Hood, but Liam Marshall scored in the corner to get Wigan back within 2, and then Bevan French on the end of a lovely break from Eckersley. Means that lose both cause big upsets. Can Castleford join the list with a home win over Wigan? It's been a long time since the Tigers beat the Warriors. Joe Westerman will be hoping to play his part in this second half. Finally poised at the break then. Second half here at the One Ball Stadium. Wigan leading by 10 points to 6. We're underway. Weaver with a kick, kicks it down into the corner where Bevan French will collect. Here's Mago. He had a big impact off the bench and gets the ball away. Look at this, breaking away Wigan. Field almost goes through. He's brought down, and that's a good tackle from Blake Taff, and it had to be as well because Wigan would have scored straight from the restart. But Mago causing all sorts of mayhem here, and Castleford was sleeping early on the job in the second half.
Yeah, well, that's not you want to start the second half, is it? Mago, like you said, a big impact that he's had since his introduction onto the field.
Set restart as well for Wigan. Problems mounting for Castleford. Wigan scored just before half-time. Are they going to score immediately after it and completely change the context of this game? Here they go now with Smith. Smith will get it away now to O'Neill. O'Neill will find French, who's got Kieran, Farrell and Eckersley to his right. Farrell lays the line, he's tackled. Castleford have got to find some defensive resolve here. Mago, the man who's causing all the problems at the minute. This time Hood gets hold of the ball and says, you're not going anywhere with that. Ball now short here. Here's Smith. Numbers lining up. French into the line. Fires it to Eckersley. And Wigan do score. Start of the second half. Mago's tackle bust at one end leads to a try for Eckersley at the other. And a disastrous opening 90 seconds to the second half for the Castleford Tigers as Wigan extend their lead.
Well, they were so disappointed, won't they? Like you said, Patrick Mago comes up with a bulldozing run from the kickoff. And Cass, well, they'd be so disappointed just to let him through. Easier said than done, trying to control him. But Jay Field, he's looking for people to support him. He gets felled by Taff. Finished off by Sam Hall, but then just a bit too much speed for Zach Eckersley. Scored 4 tries last week in the Challenge Cup against Rochdale, scores another one here, and so important as well, and just too much room given to him by Jason Gary.
Eckersley wasn't going to continue passing up opportunities, was he? Fine finisher, being rewarded with that number 2 shirt. And he has his first Super League try of the campaign. Adam Keir, another tough kick for him, but watch him warm up down this end of the field before the game. He was nailing them from this kind of position. So he'll be confident despite that angle. And the Wigan fans will let us know they're amassed on that railway terrace down the far end of the ground here at the Jungle. This for a 10-point lead. What a turnaround this has been from Wigan. Kick on its way, just going to fade across the face of the post. No good from Kieran, but Wigan lead by 8.
Well, Castleford now, they've just got to start this second half from this point. Forget what's happened in the last nearly 3 minutes. It's good play, isn't it, from the Warriors to shift the ball with some real intent Eckersley scores off the back of some real strong work from Patrick Maygo. Oh, I can't be really disappointed. Instead of kicking to Maygo, they kick the other side now.
Yeah, well, you can't fault that decision. Tackle is made on the 10, and Castleford just had a bad period either side of the break here. And they need to try and force Wigan into some errors. So the Warriors, if they get going, could cut loose here. Here's Maygo again. Oh, he's taking some handling, isn't he?
He's a big handful, isn't he? He looks fit this year, only Partington. No, good signing him for a 5-year deal. I think he comes back a better player, me being at Salford and Catalan.
Yeah, here's Maygo again. Oh, bumps off one again, finds Farrell, had Field in support, didn't use him. Probably to the relief of Castleford. This is the last one. Ball now will go to Smith. He's going to send it high, a deep kick. Taff will come to collect it into traffic. Oh, what a catch that is.
Wow, under some pressure, wasn't he? Julian Sam again in his eye line. Look at that, not even bothered.
All over Ravalawa. He's wrapped up. Had the chance to break free yet. Castleford are looking. They want to try and get some ruck speed here and try and maybe generate a 6 again. That's a good run. McIntosh it was, who carries strong. Here's Westerman now, over the 14 up towards halfway. Last one for Castleford. We'll go back here to Dejanazi. He sends it high. Field waits on his 10. Will catch it on the 10. Turns it back to Eckersley. Eckersley will run it forward, and there is Weaver to make the tackle, and Castleford have Wigan inside their own 20.
Well, they've got to be squeaky clean here. Just don't give the Warriors a leg up to get down the field. Marshall just using a bit of footwork to try and get through the line. Make sure that they clean around the ruck area here. As you see Wardle now just trying to play the ball quick.
Well played to O'Neill. O'Neill will find Field. Field gets rid of one, trying to get rid of 2, but he's tackled over on that far side. Castleford are just backtracking a little bit here. Partington the next one forward. Last one. Tackle just over the 30. Short side for Smith. Smith dummies, gets it away to December. Tried to kick through, picked up. He's not played at, says the referee. It's going to be play on. And in the end, it's going to be a knock-on against Wigan. And Castleford will stop Wigan in their attacking tracks.
You know, they're getting the ball, won't they? He was caught in 2 minds when he got the ball. What he was going to do, Junior December, whether he's kicking the ball or trying to run over somebody. So they get the ball again. They've got to get away from that red zone. Ravalawa. Wow, look at that for a shot on him.
Yeah, he was asking for a penalty. He didn't get one. Good aggressive defence here. To be fair, there's been some big hits going in on both sides of the ball.
Been absolutely huge. Oh,
there's another one. Kieran O'Mella. Tackle made. Castleford. Well, I don't think they're too happy here, Castleford. I think they're feeling that the rookie's been slowed down, but
yeah,
Jack Smith's not blown his whistle or signalled a 6 again, so it's as you were. Here's Dejanazi, little step, gets away from one, ball on the ground, it's played out. Now they will get a 6 again, but it's because it touched the Wigan hand, and Weaver's tackle just over the halfway line.
Again, just go forward and just get that, generate that ruck speed.
There goes. Was he hit late? He was. Yeah, Smith couldn't help himself. It was a little bit unnecessary from Harry Smith potentially there.
It's not the mindset of, well, I've got this, so I'm gonna go on with the tackle and I'm gonna hit him. And they give the penalty away. And Cass again just trying to up the tempo, like you said. You can hear the Cass bench shouting about that they need some penalties, need to generate that ruck speed and clear it up a bit.
It's interesting. We've had a week of games where 6 agains have dominated. We've not seen too many, have we, today?
Well, it's interpretation from the referees, and all going to be different to this new rule.
Here's a short pass. Sazi tried to get Castleford through the gap with Lane. He'll play it to Hood. Hood will find Westerman. Westerman dummied. I think he was expecting to see Arzi a little bit closer. Castleford haven't had too many attacking opportunities in the recent part of this game. Ball flipped out by Blake Taff, and maybe had a bit more time there.
Yeah, he's poor. He needed to engage the defence, didn't he? Catch hold of the ball and just take them steps to get the the centre, maybe the winger interested. You can just see it's like catch and pass. He had a bit of space, didn't he?
Yeah.
If he could have got in between the winger and centre for the Warriors, instead of just trying to give the early ball. You can see what he's doing as in trying to give the big man the early ball so he can pick his defender who he's going to run at.
Another chance pass by for Castleford. Wigan bringing it forward here. They have it now. A couple of big games coming up, Wigan, early in the campaign. They take on Hull and Lee in their next 2 home games. Some big tests early on for Matt Peakside. Great shot goes in there. Westerman all over Farrell. 2 of Super League's old stagers going head-to-head there. Havard wrapped up last one. Wigan have it then. Ball now to Smith. Going to send it high. Taff this time has got time. He's got Ravalawa with him. He's going to use Ravalawa, who will run it forward, but Havard makes a good initial shot. They've wrapped him up pretty well, haven't they, so far, Wigan?
Well, he would have featured heavily, wouldn't he, on the Wigan tip sheet about what you've got to do with him. Get up quick, get your body in front. Just try and be as physical as you can with him to stop that from getting the early roll on.
Eckersley had a shot there, and I think, I'm going to say, the referee had a look at that. He looked to his touch judge on the near side, who signalled he thought that was high, and I think that's a fair call.
Yeah, he got the call from Marcus Griffiths, didn't he? He did get caught. You can just see Alex Mellor just steps off his left foot, trying to get on the inside of Zach Eckersley.
Mellor saying, I'm okay, carry on. And there's Eckersley, who will be pleased with his try, but less pleased with that defensive effort there. Kick for touch will get Castleford over the halfway line. Nearly 10 gone second half. Wigan extending their half-time lead as Mellor carries. He's inside Wigan's 40. Hood, the Castleford try scorer, waits at the play of the ball. Hits it away now to Dejanazi. Here's Lawler. Wigan happy to defend. Hood will get it away. Here's Weaver. Back for Westerman. Westerman straightens up for the post. Falls to the ground 20 out. The loading left Castleford here. Weaver. Got Arzi with him. Gives it to Dejanazi. Here's a miss-out pass. Here's Gary. Gary just had to put the brakes on. Touchline was looming. Gary cutting inside. He's tackled 5 away. And Castleford won a penalty, but Gary told to get to his feet. Here now is Arzi. Gets it away to Lawler. Finds Weaver. Weaver gets it away. Here's McIntosh, slips the tackle. Needs support, does he? Oh, what a tackle. Marshall, tackle not made. Oh, the referee's given a...
He says a knock-on.
I've got, you've lost the ball.
To me, like the ball went well. They've got a challenge here, by the way. They can challenge this if they wish to do so.
You've lost it. The only way you can challenge is if you've offloaded it. I've not, mate. You've got to play. I'm not going to go. No, I get that, mate. I get that. Well, it's lost after held. It's a scrum.
It's lost after held. So referee called held, and they're saying that McIntosh was tackled.
Yeah, he said that he called held, didn't he? No, good effort. He gets away from Marshall first of all, but not the second occasion. He says that he called held there, and he said he lost the ball then. Where I think what McIntosh was saying was it was an offload, should have get the ball back.
Yeah. Well, Castleford again, not quite ending their sets as they would want to. Opportunity here then for Wigan to clear their own end of the field, and on this Warriors side they can score from anywhere. They're such a threat. Ball comes out of the scrum. Kieran well met by Dejanazi. Castleford could do with an error here, couldn't they?
Yeah, it's a massive set of 6 this, I think. When you see the big fellas just getting stuck into him now and rolling up Steve George over with a real physical challenge there.
Yeah, here's Farrell. As he again makes good contact, makes the tackle. Meters hard to come by second half. Just that one J-Field break, really. The difference. Here's Partington again. Offloads, nice offload to O'Neill. And O'Neill just can't escape the clutches there of Hood, who just grabbed hold of his shirt and managed to cling on. But Partington showing his offload game. He's on point. Here's Thompson back into the action for Wigan. Last one for the Warriors from halfway. Smith going to send it high again. Blake Taff again penned inside his own 10. Again gets it away to Ravalawa. And again Wigan are all over the big man. 12 off his own line. Another set completed by Wigan.
Yeah, and again just not giving him any speed, have they, down on McIntosh. He's looked strong as well, hasn't he? Carrying the ball. They've got some big outside backs as well.
Yeah, never really got a run, did he, at Lee? He played on the wing a number of times, Darnell McIntosh. Move here that saw in his senior goal the other way, in his senior scoring the other night in Lee's win over Leeds.
Yeah, never worked out for him, did he? I agree with you.
Here's Westerman, plays to Weaver, back on the angle for Lane, but Wigan are all over that particular move, and now Castleford need a kick from deep. They'll go to Weaver, he's outside the 40, he'll send it high. Field waits on the 10, he's going to catch this on the full. What's the chase like for Castleford? Well, they'll get him 25 off the line. And they're just at the moment going set for set. Wigan, those 3 tries either side of half-time, have just taken the sting out of Castleford a little bit here.
Yeah, that's it. It's one of those that who's going to blink first, who's going to make the mistake, who's going to throw that Hail Mary pass to try and score some points. Cass need to score next. They're obviously behind on the scoreboard by 8 points.
Here's Westerman on Thompson.
Good work with Joe Westerman.
Ball now into the hands of Bevan French. French with a dummy. Dejanasi and Mella wrap him up. Last one. Ball now will go away to Smith. He's going to kick across field and he's going to invite Marshall to chase this. Ravalawa's going to have to get up high. Ball knocked down. It's play on here. This is still the last tackle. Wardle's still... Oh, that was high, was it? Set restart. So Wigan, now they get a penalty for the high tackle.
I know he's just slipping. It goes off his shoulder to the end.
Maybe the bounce of the ball there just favouring Wigan Warriors.
Yeah, high shot just goes over the top, doesn't it? Get the penalty here. And again, some more pressure here now for Cass. Said he's been good. Down on McIntosh.
Yeah, just see how this ball. Ball carried forward by Thompson. Wigan looking to extend that 8-point lead. Attacking now. Here goes Ethan Havard. Havard pumps his legs. Stands in the tackle. Playing now. 5 out from the line. And loading to the right. Bevan French here. The danger. Short pass Farrell. Maybe the ball over the top might have been the one for French, but he's happy to wait. Knowing that Wigan have got tackles in hand here. Ball now to O'Neill. Will find Smith. Turns it back for Thompson. Thompson runs. Castleford hold their line 10 out. Wigan are just starting to probe here. They're starting to ask some questions. Partington short pass Havard. Havard offloads. He's lost that, I think. And Castleford, credit to them. The defence again holds firm.
Well, again, they're standing tall, aren't they? They're getting stuck into the Warriors. In front line, Havard, he was looking for the offload. Was it to Ollie Partington, who was coming around the back? Asking lots of questions through the defence. Look at that, you can see him just trying to get the ball to Partington. It wasn't on.
Pete looks on. Would have known and would have expected a tough battle here in round 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who knew coming into that man's new den that it was going to be difficult for them.
Castleford get it from the scrum. Castleford, they go to Toulouse next week. Toulouse buoyed by that win just up the road at Wakefield last night. Avalawa hit hard. Has he lost it? He has. He's lost it. Now he's going to appeal. I think they're going to challenge this. We'll see. But look at the Wigan celebrations.
I can explain it. In my opinion, your hands off the ball. The only thing stopping it is the floor from being a knock-on.
Well, Jack Smith there is almost explaining his decision to Ravalawa, and he's saying that he dropped the ball into the floor and lost control of it.
Yeah, well, Ollie Partington comes up with a decent shot there, the number 17.
I think that's a fair call, isn't it? I think if it doesn't hit the floor, it comes free, doesn't it?
Well, if you're a Cass fan, you're thinking it doesn't. If you're a Wigan fan, you're thinking it does.
Here now go Wigan. Field slips. 12 out from the line. But Wigan, as they were in the first half, dominating territory and possession at the moment. Castleford not helping themselves. Here's a short pass to Havard, trying to get over the top of Mella. No joy there. You just feel this pressure's going to tell at some point for the Warriors. Here Partington finds Smith. December coming back against the grain. Good tackle goes in, but there's going to be a penalty for a hit on Partington here.
Yeah, the hit on Ollie Partington in his back. It's in, the ball's gone and contact's made.
The ball is gone. You don't need to make that contact. That level forces back. Penalty.
Yeah, it was Liam Hood, the man who's being like, see the ball's gone.
Is he committed there?
He's gone into contact. Well, you know, in that split second, you've got to get it right, haven't you? Yeah. Especially in front of the referee.
Yeah. Some look worse than others. That was a fine one. Here come Wigan, though. They're not going to hang around. They've got the 6 more tackles. They're determined to use them. Castleford are hanging on for dear life here. French now gets it away to Jay Field. Field puts the brakes on. Tackle is made. Farrell waits. Wigan wait. Their fans looking on. Good numbers from Wigan here this afternoon. As O'Neill will get it wide to Smith, looking for the ball out wide, finds Marshall. Castleford scramble across. Marshall cuts back in, looking for a hole in the Castleford defence. Doesn't find one. Tackled 10 out. Castleford working overtime here. Here goes Partington. Short pass Havard. He's wrapped up. Last tackle for Wigan. Can they come up with some points here? Bevan French, the go-to man. Stands, kicks, needs a bounce, doesn't get one. And the ball out, and it's going to be a 20-metre tap restart. So Castleford held their nerve, and once again they hold their line.
Do you know what, Blitz, after a really good job at the back, just marching.
Oh, Ravalawa's dropped it again. First tackle. Here goes Nasemba. Nasemba gets it away. Quick hands find Marshall. Ravalawa's got the dropsies today. That's twice he's lost it in the last 2 sets. And now this is the 0. That was the 0 tackle. Full set, ball on the ground. French quickest to react. He'll pick it up. He tries to weave his way through. And Castleford, every time they hold their line, they seem to be committing another mistake. Here's Thompson. How long can they hang on here, Castleford? Oh, the floodgate's about to open. Here's Partington. Wrapped up. They were short of numbers. They're still short of numbers to that far side. That's where they're going now with Field. Nasemba cuts back in, slips away from one. Tried to run through the gap. He gets an offload away. O'Neill finds Havard. Havard gets it away to French. Short pass to Kieran. Eckersley's in. Castleford picked apart, and Eckersley's at the double. Ravalawa with a mistake, and Castleford punished again. And you wonder now if the floodgates are about to open. Wigan extend their lead.
Well, they've done it really tough, haven't they? And to make that mistake, like you said, it just gifted the possession and the field position to the Warriors. And Zach Eckersley, well, he's had a decent second half, hasn't he? Coming up with a couple of scores over on the right-hand side. The big, powerful play tries to get the bumpers up. Again, he goes at Ollie Partington, who forces that error. The offload, the second phase from the Warriors. They know that if they get the ball to the right-hand side, nice hands from Adam Kieran to Eckersley, who just stays on his wing, scores the try. It's a relieving try as well, isn't it, in front of the Warriors faithful. Big score for them with 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, and you just wonder all this defending that Castleford, and they've been great defensively, but when you cough the ball up twice in a row in your own 20, Terry, you're just inviting the wolf to the door.
Yeah, look, the penalties, the mistakes, the 6 agains has really hurt them. You asked the question at the start of the second half about will it come back to bite them? Well, it's making them make a couple more mistakes, isn't it? They're playing catch-up rugby now. At this point, they're 12 points behind with this kick to go from Adam Kieran. It could be more. Yeah,
it should be more as well, shouldn't it? You see Ravalawa is giving himself a stern talking to. The kick is good. And all of a sudden, Wigan are 3 scores to the good, and this is starting to look a bit ominous for the Castleford Tigers.
It doesn't really reflect the scoreline, doesn't reflect the game, does it? Just a couple of pieces of brilliance, really, either side of half-time. Got them 3 scores in, what was it, a 15-minute spell, and then they score this try as well. And Bevan French just with that nice ball to Adam Kieran, who in turn gives it to Eckersley.
Yeah, ball low will be gathered on the bounce by Bevan French. Here goes Ellis, and he's wrapped up 20 off the line. And Wigan now in control here in round 1.
Off that ball, Chris Atkin!
And O'Neill's had a good game today. Kicks it away to Thompson.
Root now, George! Good response, George, well done!
O'Neill pops it up here now. Forward come the Wigan Warriors. And you just wonder here if they can execute and put some points on Castleford. It would be harsh on the Tigers, but if the Tigers, Terry, are not going to respect the ball, and they haven't done that in the second half, if you're not going to respect the ball, you're not going to keep this side out.
Yeah, and Jack Farman's onto the field for the Warriors in place of Harry Smith.
Yeah, well, we're going to see a lot more of him, aren't we, with Cruz Leeming going to the Dragons.
He's a brilliant player in Farman.
Valawa will hope to hang on to it this time. He does. Lane is hit hard. Look at the line speed now. Castleford, I think, are running out of petrol here, Terry.
Well, again, this is just where they like to turn the screw, isn't it? The Warriors. The game's been built on strong.
Nice offload,
defense.
though. That gets Blake Taff away. He's got great footwork. Almost got through French. Is he tackled? He is. No, he's not. He's got to go back and play it.
Yeah.
Well, that was better from Castleford. Here now is Dejanazi. Gets it away to Mellor. Mellor straightens up, but Thompson gets him under control. But Castleford at last have got out of their own half. Feels like they've been penned in there for an eternity with ball in hand. Ball now here with Weaver. Sends it high. Not going to get any pressure on field. He'll catch it on the full. Chase is okay, but can they pen him in the 10? No, they can't. Field gets away to Lane, and Lane will make the tackle.
Oh, they're going to finish this game here now. Cass trying to get a shot on Marshall to maybe dislodge that ball. Nice and compressed in defence. Oh, a bit too much. A bit too much. George Lawler just stayed in that run. A bit long for the ref.
Yeah, penalty here. This is what Wigan have got coming up then. Terry mentioned we've got a couple of tough-looking ties. Hull and Lee at home. They go to Toulouse. And they've got Bradford in the Challenge Cup as well before York at home. So 4 of the next 5 at home. And I think Matty Pete will be quietly pretty pleased what he's seen this afternoon.
Yeah, well, he's been asked a lot of questions, hasn't he, in the way that they've responded, even after making some mistakes close to the line.
Yeah, here's O'Neill again, gets it away to Bevan French. French probing, flicks it out the back, falls kindly for Field. Field will step, looks to get a runner. He's got Wardle straight through, not a hand on him. Not a hand on him. Wardle scores, and that's the match for Wigan now. They lead, and it'll soon be a 20-point lead here at the Jungle.
Jay Wardle, he comes onto that ball as though he set off on that run 5 minutes ago. He spotted exactly where he was going, and he knew that if he turned up in between these Cast players, that there was an opportunity for him. He was loitering with intent. The offload from Bevan French goes over the top of Sam Walters, and you can just see him there. Comes into shot, just supports Jay Field. And Jay Field knows that if he gives the ball to the centre, that a couple of those Cast players are facing the wrong way. They can't manage to react and recover to get in position to stop Wardle. Well, that's a big try for the Warriors.
Yeah, that wraps it up, you feel. And Kieran, with a smile on his face, will be rubbing his hands together. This, give me 2 points for one of the best kickers in the competition. Kieran then will give the kick its full respect. .14 minutes remaining, and I guess now Castleford have got to make sure, Terry, this doesn't get ugly, because they haven't deserved that. The problem is they've just given themselves too much defending to do.
Yeah, I agree, but you know, it's one of those things that when you come up against a good side, when you play against the likes of Wigan or any of the top teams in the competition, Hull KR, you raise your game. You know you've got to be good. You've got to be absolute bang on. And Cass have done that in patches. They've really matched them. There was a really good 15-minute spell where they defended the line, and again in the second half they defended the line. But just in certain moments where you've got to take someone to ground. Look, there's a loose offload here from Bevan French. It goes over the top. You are in scramble mode, but you've got to look who's outside as well. And I think Joe Simpson gets caught.
Well, they've gone short. Ball's on the ground. It's picked up by Taft as well. Blake Taft.
He looks a player in, doesn't he, Blake
Taft? He does. Showed with that break. Can Castleford get themselves a score to get back in it? Well, they've got a good chance here. What are they going to do? They're going to go to Ozzy. Not the best pass. Oh, and it's turned over. It's play on. It's still play on. Eckersley's away. Referee's going to pull it back. I think he's going to say Wigan knocked it on. I wasn't too sure they did, but only saw it at full speed.
Well, I'd rather he was reffing than you, Mark. That's for sure. Jack Smith.
Well, Castleford will be relieved there, but they've got to start executing better here.
Yeah, well, you can see the pressure was just a bit too much there. Janassi let that ball go because he was under pressure from a Wigan defender who got off the line to put some pressure on him. And they do get the bounce of the ball.
Castleford then with an attacking chance here. All now with Weaver. Finds Darnell McIntosh. He's shown up well in his debut. Now he's going to get himself a penalty because I think there was an incident in that play there. Thompson and Ellis involved. McIntosh bounces up, no ill effects.
Yeah, he's been good, just upended, wasn't he? From the man underneath. Was it Luke Thompson?
Yeah, possibly was. Tackle made 10 out. Not much ball down this end, the Castleford Tigers. Ball now works its way to Dejan Arce. He's renewed for Tony, trying to power his way to the line. We can get bodies around him. Chris Atkin into the action. Set restart for Castleford. Here's Atkin, fires it wide. Have they got numbers? McIntosh, ball away, Ravalawa's in. Castleford have a consolation. And they are in at the corner. Michele Ravalawa has come up with a couple of errors this afternoon, but he's got himself over for a Super League debut try.
It took some finishing as well, didn't it? That's a good combination over there on the right-hand side. And on McIntosh has shot up really well, strong with his carries. Nice execution to get the ball over the top to Ravalawa. And Cass, well, this is what you're after. If you're the coach and you know the game's more or less gonna be a good comeback if they can score 3 tries in the last 12 minutes. But this is what you want to see. You want to see that fighting spirit from your side. Ravalawa goes in, made a couple of errors, but I'm sure as the season goes on, we're going to see the best of him.
He's not happy, is he? He's still thinking about those 2 errors he made. He was shouting at himself earlier on. The try has been confirmed, so that will give Tom Weaver a shot at goal from the sideline. It's going to be a tough conversion, but fancy.
Do you know, but that's what you want as well, though, isn't it? Do you know, when players know that they've made mistakes, he shakes his head, he's scored a try, but he knows that there's a couple of errors that he's made in the game that he was disappointed with. And when you own up and you own those mistakes, that's when you get better.
Doesn't need anyone to tell him, does he, this afternoon?
I don't think I would tell him as well, by the way.
Here's the kick for Weaver, right on the sideline, as tough as they come. He sends it low, and it's waved away. So no good, the kick. 10 points to Castleford, 26 to the Wigan Warriors. 10 minutes remaining. Ryan Carr, I'm sure, will have plenty to say. We'll speak to him after the game here. There's been certainly good bits to this performance and some bits that he would maybe like again.
Yeah, but again, you look at what he's done with the club in the off-season. They come with the 11th last year. They've absolutely matched the team that finished second in the comp, who got to the grand final. They've built a new side, a new mindset here in Castleford. No, I know they'll be upset, but I think that there's some little green shoots there that you think, right, this is going to be a good side this year.
Yeah, McIntosh tries to bump off one, goes again. Castleford expanding the play now. They need 3 tries in the closing 9 minutes or so here. They're up to the 30. They're going to ask the question, they may as well. Looks like they're going to lose in the opening round. Here's Atkin, gets it away to Arce. They've got numbers here. Can they get away down this side? They can. Gary can move, but the problem is so can Bevan French. They need tackles. I think anyone else, that could have been a chance for Castleford, but there's something here. Dejan Arce's been hit off the ball, and we're coming back for a penalty to Castleford.
Yeah, a late shot on Dejan Arce. Again, looking to shift the ball. They still want points, don't they? And Chris Atkin, I think he goes across the line, he delivers the ball to Arce, and then is it Jake Wardlew just sinks in, he bites in, does he hit him?
It's Kieran, I think.
Was it Kieran, sorry?
No.
Time's off, boys, just Tom, it's just being reviewed.
Now it's going to be a kick for touch, but that was better from Castle. They've not really had much ball, have they? And that might be the disappointment for Ankara, that when they have had it, they've not done as much with it as they would have liked. But here's the shot again. Well, I'll tell you what, he doesn't miss, does he? They're having a look at this upstairs. I think there's going to be a card here.
I want to see if it was the contact with the head with the shoulder. If he is, he's definitely going 10 minutes, if not getting sent off.
Well, let's hear from Jack Smith then. Here we go. He's reaching to his pocket. Now the only question is, what colour will it be? I think it's going to be 10 minutes in the bin for Adam Kieran.
Right, we appreciate that you're jamming in, but you've got a duty of care, mate. The ball has gone and you've made some contact with the head. It's going to be 10 minutes in the bin.
There you go, 10 minutes in the bin, says Jack Smith. Any complaints with that, Terry?
Well, that's it. It was either going to be red or yellow. If there's contact with the head, I think he played it safe there. And whether Adam Kieran will be in anymore come Monday morning, Monday afternoon from that tackle. And they're always difficult as centres and wingers when you're trying to close down the play and you make that decision to go in and you're at full pelt. It's very hard to stop and adjust what you're going to do.
Well, that's something they have been very keen on today, isn't it? The late hit on the ball players. Matt Peake looking on. And the punt to touch is a good one. So Castleford will play the last 9 against 12. Here now, forward goes Mellor.
He's hurt himself there, Mellor.
Yeah, he has. Here goes Weaver, gets it away on the far side. Castleford over the halfway line. Going down the short side is Atkin, but he's going to be wrapped up. Castleford are deep here. They're looking to move it. Here's a Tony, gets it away now. Here is Arzi, gets it away to Taff. He finds the centre, Papalangi. He's wrapped up. All here now with Dejan Arzi. Fancies a run and almost broke through. Last one for Castleford. Here's Atkin. Gets it away to Weaver. Is he going to go through the air? He's going to run it here. Gets Taff on the ball. Needed to find a pass. And Castleford just get caught in two minds. And they'll turn it over inside the Wigan 10.
Well, disappointed with that. And he hurt himself as well. Taff, he could just seem like when he was going and he caught that ball, he just held his leg as he jumped into contact, and he's really struggling.
He's struggling here. I just wonder if Wigan have got an eye on this, you know, because he's hobbling badly here in back play.
Well, you'll be all right to kick earlier. The wingers are up as well.
That's what I mean. Someone's got an eye on that. He's trying to get into position here, Blake Taff, and he'd be disappointed, I think, there that he couldn't find a play at the end of the tackle. Here's Thompson, drives it in. Tackle made. O'Neill gets it away to Ellis. Ellis offloads to O'Neill. Finds Bevan French. Gets it away to Walters. Walters back here. Here's Partington. Danger's got Eckersley outside him. Still going forward, Partington. He's going to come to ground. 10 away. Last one. Down to 12 Wigan, but still on the attack. Bevan French going for the corner. And I think he's just said to Castleford, you can have it back, but you're having it back right in the corner.
Yeah, good defence. He thought he could use his speed then to get over the line, but good shot from Massey.
What a place to turn it over, Terry.
I was just going to say, this is difficult for them.
With a miscue, so they'll go back and start again.
You can't look at the defensive line here. You've just got to close your eyes, catch the ball and hope for the best.
Close your eyes and catch it. Is that your advice, is it, Terry?
That's probably why I always dropped it.
I was going to say, I'm starting to wonder now. Well, there's tackle one. Well, they'd love a penalty here, wouldn't they, Castleford, to dig them out of a bit of a hole that Bevan French has put them in.
He's been really good, Jason Gaddy.
He has. Well played here. Here now goes a Tony. He's wrapped up. You wonder here if Castleford are going to gamble here. Can they move it? Can they expand the play? And that's what they're thinking about. No, yeah, they are. Quick hands, that's beautiful. Now they've got Ravalawa with a little bit of room in front of him. He bumps off one, and he's flicked it out. He's picked up by Blake Taff. Not sure he wanted that one. He's right to the ground, 35 out. But that was better from Castleford.
Well, there's one thing for that man. He's going to be entertaining this year, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Just a settling out the end of the set for Castleford. Oh, they've got a penalty.
Penalty, yes.
That will help them.
Yeah, the second effort, the little leg pull on the Castle player as they're trying to get up. And again, just a bit of urgency from Cass here. Yeah, want to finish with some points.
Yeah, they're ending on a bit of a high, aren't they? Remember, it's Adam Kieran who's in the bin. Won't be back this afternoon. Castleford are looking to end on a bit of a high here. Can he get some late points? Renu Fatoni into the line. He's going to be wrapped up. He's got to hold on to that. He does just about hang on to it. Quick play of the ball for Atkin. Finds Dejan Arce. Here's Blake Taft now. Fires it. Quick hands. Here's Gary. Gary again. He just had to put the brakes on as the line was beckoning. And he's tackled a metre out from the line. What have Castleford got here? Dejan Arce. Dummies. Goes in alone. He's wrapped up. Wigan's defence holds firm. 2 more to survive here for the Warriors. Short pass. Lawler into contact. Can't get the arm free. Last one for the Castleford Tigers. Options to the left. That's where Arce is. Quick flick pass. Big danger. That's knocked down. That'll be another set of 6. Well, the pass was on. To be fair to Eckers, he's probably saved a try there. I know he's conceded another set of 6, but he's probably saved a try.
Yeah, he has. There 3 players outside of him, so he comes in. He knocks the ball on, and he'll take that one. He see some quick hands. Mellor just trying to shift the ball on.
Had a couple of chances first half, Zach Eckersley, but he punished Castleford with 2 tries in the second half. Ryan Carr will be hoping for more consolation points here for the Tigers. They've been decent today. I think we've seen a different Castleford already than we saw last year. Here now, they're going, oh, that was a chance. Well, Christian Mapapalangi has been really good so far today, but he won that one back. He thought Gary was on the wing.
Well, he did his job, didn't he, as a centre? He got the centre, although I think it was Sam Walters, and the winger interested. And as soon as he gets him interested, he wanted Jason Gary to stay and hug the touchline, because you could see that Eckersley planted his feet. Gary just had to stay on the sideline, and he goes in for a try. Well, it's easy when you're watching, though, isn't it? When you're down there and you're confronted by players.
Yeah, on tackle 1, that is frustrating, isn't it? Matt Pete making his way down. We'll hear from him after the match. He would have expected a tough start here.
Off that ball, Jordan! Pushing onto it. Liam, step up.
Here come Wigan. Short pass spilled. And it's knocked on, and Castleford will get another go at the line. Over 8,000 in the jungle. It's been a great weekend, hasn't it? Round 1 of the Super League Terror.
Brilliant.
Big crowds everywhere. And whilst Castleford fans will go home disappointed today, I think there's quite a bit to like about this. There's a bit of steel about this team. They showed that keeping Wigan out for as long as they did. But now they want some points. Dejan Arce's tackled 15-1.
Do you know, I've been really impressed. And there's not many teams that'll come here and get the results.
It's a good run from Lawler. Here's Atkin again. Castleford looking for consolation points. Here's Renu Fatoni. Great shot goes in December. Did well. Ball and man. Here now is Weaver. Finds Dejan Arce. Gets it away to Mellor. Mellor puts the brakes on. Has he got an offload in him? He has. Oh, it's gone backwards. It's going to be play on. Here's Renu Fatoni. Oh, he's thrown it to Marshall. Of all the people to throw it to, he threw it to the wrong one.
Well, he had 2 players outside of him. Well, he had 3 players outside. He threw it to the one in the middle, which was Marshall. Well, again, there's just some solid contact from Cass. I think you said before, Matt, didn't you, that they only managed 4 home wins last year in front of the fans. Well, I think they're going to get more of that. They're going to try and make this a fortress.
He's told to get to his feet. That tackle from December, a real try-saver on Tony. We're into the last couple of minutes here. Tough old workout in round 1 for the Wigan Warriors, who look to go one better than last year when they were beaten at Old Trafford. As they'll kick it into touch here, and Jay Field and Wigan happy. Their work here is done, and Castleford will get one more go at the Wigan line.
You know, what have they got left? You know, they're blowing, aren't they? Absolutely. Some big numbers defensively. Sean O'Loughlin, Matty Pete, the coaching staff down on the sidelines, knowing that even if you come away with wins, you never get an easy game at Cass.
Castleford, what have they got coming up then. We mentioned that they'll be heading to Toulouse next week. Toulouse buoyed by that big win over Wakefield. Then it's Huddersfield, Leeds, St Helens in the Cup will be a tough one. And then Warrington away. So it's a tricky looking start for Ryan Carr and the Tigers. As we go into the last minute here at the Jungle. Weaver, what have you made of him today?
Very good. I've liked him. I've liked Taff. Then you saw Dejanassi as well, who's got his hands on the ball.
And there's Blake Taff now, gets it away here. Now's a chance for Gary. Gary pins his ears back, just put the brakes on. And he's tackled. Castleford, if they go through hands, might have a chance. Here's Dejanassi, he's going to float the kick. He's looking towards the centre. It's collected by Marshall. Is there a penalty here? Referee's blown his whistle. What's he blown his whistle for? As we go inside the final 30 seconds, he's not stopped the clock here, so I'm not too sure what's happened.
I think Darnell McIntosh got taken out, didn't he? And Jake Wardle. Penalties awarded.
So one last chance then for the Tigers. Short hand, here's Lawler. Lawler going for the line, and he's in! Lawler scores. A big cheer goes round the Jungle. Wigan down to 12, Bridge right at the end. And he puts a little bit more of a fair reflection on it from a Castleford point of view. Wigan have been good when they needed to be good today, but Castleford have more than competed this afternoon. They're going to be beaten in round one, but Lawler gets a try.
Yeah, well, there's a lot
of Tigers.
There's a lot to build on, isn't there? George Lawler scores the try, even comes up with a decent step. They get the penalty. Darnell McIntosh is taken out by Jake Wardle, just goes across, just nudges him in front of the Cast faithful, and just have a little look at George Lawler. Well, he just offers himself, gets on the outside of Sam Walters, and on the inside I think it's Zach Eckersley, and then uses the footwork to beat Jay Field.
Siren goes, so this will be the last kick of the match here at the Jungle. Tom Weaver will fancy his chances here of adding an extra 2 points. Weaver strikes it, and that is the last kick of the match, and it will end Castleford 16, Wigan 26. Matt Peake just having a word with Adam Kieran. Ryan Carr looks on, looks disappointed. He will be disappointed. He wanted his team to win in round one. Terry O'Connor, what have you made of it? I thought it was a really hard game of rugby league.
Yeah, it was excellent. We saw in round one, we saw some brilliant games, and that was right up there with it. We saw how strong Cass were in the first half defending the line. Second half as well, when they were making a number of mistakes and giving 6 aways again, they were brilliant.
They were indeed. Full time then at the Jungle. Castleford Tigers 16, Wigan Warriors 26.